On April 21, 2008, police searched the home of Jerry Jensen after his wife, Kristen, called 911, claiming that her husband had gone missing. Kristen told police that her husband's phone, keys, and car were still at home, and the bathroom door was missing. She also noticed a strong smell of bleach. As the police were investigating the missing persons report, they received a call from the local landfill stating that Jerry's body had been found. The cause of death appeared to be multiple stab wounds with a very long blade. Jerry's wife was brought in for an interview and told what had happened to her husband.
As I understand it, you were down at the VA hospital for the past week.
Mm-hmm.
What were you in the hospital for?
Depression and...
Was he supposed to come pick you up on Monday?
Yeah. What happened to him was Sunday evening between 11 and 1.
And then what was he supposed to come, was he supposed to come down and see you then Sunday?
He did come and see me Sunday.
Okay.
Just after lunch, about 2:30.
Oh, okay. So you didn't talk to him on the phone at 2:30, you actually saw him at 2:30.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you didn't speak to him at all again after 2:30 on Sunday?
Kristen's alibi checks out. She had been hospitalized during the time that Jerry had gone missing. The detective moves on to the other family members that lived in her home. Kristen explains that her daughter Nicole Thornhill, her boyfriend Chris Thomlinson, and their newborn baby had been living with them for quite some time.
What's Nicole's boyfriend's name?
Chris.
Okay. How do you like Chris?
I don't.
What don't you like about him?
He's a lazy, inconsiderate brat. And he supposedly just got out of the army and he came straight here. And he can't show me his DD-214.
You don't believe him? Ever notice anything weird about him?
Yeah, he's totally rude. You know, like I went out there this morning and told him the guys are going to be here in just a few minutes. Maybe we could straighten up this mess. He could sit up on the couch. He just lay there. Let me pick up this big black crate with all his brand new PlayStation 2, which he said is this, old and used. And I saw the box. It wasn't born yesterday. I picked up that big huge crate and set it down behind the chair. He's a piece of shit. I wish Nicole could see it, but she can't.
She's in love. Young and in love.
Very much.
How did it come about that he's living with you guys now?
Well, he just showed up. I've never asked. Nothing.
You ever think of throwing him out?
Every day.
You ever try to throw him out?
A couple times.
What happened?
He'd come back.
How did Jerry get along with Chris?
He told him it was very disrespectful the way he left his games, laying around on the floor and the cords everywhere. That's the last I heard.
Kristen explains that her daughter's boyfriend would spend his days lying on the couch and playing video games. He claimed to have been in the army, but when Kristen asked for proof, he failed to provide any. The detectives realize that they need to interview both Nicole and Chris next, so they decide to start with Nicole. As soon as they tell her they found Jerry's body, she immediately throws Chris under the bus.
Did he tell you what he did?
Yes.
What did he say?
He stabbed Jerry.
Did he tell you how many times he stabbed him?
I think he said 3.
Okay.
Did you ever see him? Did you see Jerry?
For a split second, but
Where was he?
in the bathroom.
Okay, it happened in the bathroom?
Floor.
In the bathroom?
Yes, it was the bathroom door that was really broken.
Okay.
Would you do switch the doors?
Yes.
Look at me.
You put him in a dumpster, the one out by the house on this side?
Yes.
You didn't put him in the truck?
I put him in the truck and move him to the dumpster.
So you brought the truck to the back of the house?
Yes.
And then you drove it to the dumpster?
Yes.
Okay. So you didn't, that's where you put him?
That's where Chris put him.
Okay, you did not drive to West Palm Beach, you didn't drive to another dumpster?
No.
He was put in that dumpster?
Yes.
Look at me.
There's a floor mat in the back of that pickup truck. And it looks like it's got blood on it. Does that possibly come from the bathroom?
No.
You cleaned everything up?
Yes. I remember when they had to clean everything up.
How much blood was there?
Oh, God. I just want to take everything back before I can say anything. It was too late.
Okay. How long did did it take you to clean up?
For almost all day.
Okay, where'd you put all the stuff you used to clean?
In the garbage.
In the dumpster?
All
Okay.
the rags and everything.
So is that why you were so upset when your mom came home and you met her at the door? Is that what you were apologizing for to your mom? She said you kept telling her you were so sorry. You were very upset when she got home from the hospital.
Okay, alright, so you didn't tell her what really happened then?
No.
Okay. Where's the knife that Chris used?
Under the bed.
Whose bed?
Ours.
Your bedroom? It's under the, what kind of knife is it?
It's a two-handed sword.
It's a two-handed, it's a what?
A two-handed sword.
A sword?
Yes.
Okay.
How big is it, Nicole?
I don't know.
I mean, is it like, we're talking 3 feet long? Can you kind of guesstimate for me?
Yeah, use the table and guess about how big it is. From the wall to there? Okay.
Chris is sitting comfortably in the other room, and he has no idea that Nicole is confessing to the police. He will have his turn to speak with the detectives, but for now, they want to get as much information as they can from Nicole, starting with how long ago did they plan on killing Jerry?
2 months.
2 months.
I don't know.
Okay. So you were frustrated, you know, with the way he was acting and treating your mom and things like that?
Yes.
Okay.
He was the reason we actually kept leaving the house and sleeping in the car.
Right. Because of his behavior.
Yes.
All right. When, what decided that it was going to be Monday at 7 a.m.? How did that come about, that day and that time? How did that come out?
We were sitting in the living room waiting for him to come out of his room. And this is how long it took.
Okay.
What's going to happen to me?
Well, we don't know yet. Now, you said you were sitting in the living room waiting for him to come out. A minute ago, you said you were for a walk.
Oh, that's what I mean. We were sitting there all night, waiting for Terry to come out of his room.
He had the sword with him at that time? Okay. So you probably knew then that he's sitting there with the sword of how it was going to happen? Okay. So the attack started in the hallway and then ended up in the bathroom? Okay. So Jerry he wasn't lured out? He didn't say, come on out to the hallway or anything? He just waited? When you moved the body to the dumpster, what time was that? If the attack happened at 7 in the morning, when did you bring him to the dumpster?
I think it was about 12.
Noontime? And you weren't afraid anybody was going to notice this?
I was.
Did anybody see you?
No.
Okay, so he was in the dumpster from Monday to Thursday? Yes? Did you have the bleach on hand, or did you go out and buy it?
He bought it a couple weeks earlier.
Just for that reason?
Yes.
Okay, because, you know, getting ready for it.
Even though she just confessed to planning, assisting, and cleaning up a murder, all Nicole can think about is how her boyfriend will hate her because she told the police what happened.
Chris is gonna hate me.
Chris brought this on himself, Nicole. You didn't do anything. I told you when I came in here, I had an idea what happened already. So you didn't do anything to him. All right? What exactly did he tell you he did?
I'm the one that asked what he did.
Mm-hmm.
And he said he lunged at him and he put one through his throat. One, I think it was behind his ear. I don't remember.
Mm-hmm.
Why did you wait so long to move him to the dumpster?
Because I had 2 doctor's appointments. I had one at 9:15, and then I had another one at 1 o'clock.
So you left him in the tub while you went to the 9:15 and then you came back,
Yeah.
cleaned up, moved him, and then started cleaning up.
Something the police found interesting is during the search of the home, they found a bottle of milk with a powdery substance on the bottom. The powder turned out to be sleeping pills. The police found the box of pills and the receipt in the home that showed the pills had been purchased after Jerry had been killed. The detectives believe that their plan was to kill Nicole's mother, so they confront Nicole with this information.
I know you had told us that the two of you had been planning something for Jerry. Had you ever planned something for your mom?
Yeah.
What was that?
Pretty much the same thing.
The same thing how?
To get rid of her.
Okay, why'd you want to get rid of her?
I can't stand her anymore. He bought them, and I don't know if he put them in anything yet or not.
When did he buy them?
2 nights ago, I think. I don't remember.
2 nights ago? But the incident happened on Monday.
Yeah.
So in the last couple of days, he's tried. Okay. But and how did you guys go about doing that?
We went to Walmart and he bought those weird generic sleeping pills.
Mm-hmm. What did he put it into? What kind of drink?
I don't know. He mentioned something about either putting it in her milk because she drinks a different milk, or her soda because she drinks Coke.
The 2% milk?
Mm-hmm.
You guys don't drink that?
No.
So it might be in it right now.
It might. I don't know if he put it in or not. What's gonna happen to me?
You're going to go to jail. Okay? You're being charged with first-degree murder.
Will I ever be able to see Chris again?
I doubt it. You're not going to be able to see him in the jail because they segregate the men and the women. And I'm not sure about court. I don't know how that's going to work. But in the jail, they segregate you guys. I doubt, unless you see someone like cross the yard or something. I can't answer that once you get there. But I doubt, at least in the short term. I don't know about the long term, but in the short term, I don't know, if and when this goes to court. Certainly you're going to see him.
What about my baby?
I don't know that either. That's going to be up to the Department of Children and Families on how that's going to work and whether they allow visitations with the moms and stuff. I can't answer that, and I don't want to tell you one thing and then the other thing happens. So I'm just going to tell you I don't know. That's going to be up to them. All right. Do you have any questions? Other questions for me? No.
Can I just say goodbye to my baby one more time?
I'll check and see if that's possible. I'll ask, but I don't know the answer to that either. Is there anything we have forgot to ask that you think is important that we need to know? That's important.
No, I just want to know what's going to happen to me and my baby.
Well, we'll know that after we get done talking with Chris. Okay, we're going to talk to him next. And I told you we're going to bring him over and you're going to go feed him right now. Okay?
Is my mom in there?
No, your mom is down at the other end of the hall. Okay, it'll be just you and him.
Okay, because
All right.
I don't think she wants to see me.
Well, I don't know. I haven't spoken to her yet, but it'll be you and him and another detective will be, obviously he's going to be sitting in there. Okay? But we'll give you as much privacy as we can. We understand, breastfeeding is private. But we'll do the best we can. So there's nothing else you want to add for us.
That's it.
All right. Well.
Nicole was charged with first-degree murder and sent to the local county jail. Chris was then put into the same interrogation room and interviewed by the same two detectives. At this point, Chris believes that this is just a routine interview, and the police have no idea where Jerry's body is located.
Okay, Chris, I just have some basic questions for you.
Okay.
First off, though, do you like to watch TV?
A lot, yes.
What kind of TV do you like to watch?
Movies, mostly. Usually I just watch whatever movies we have. We'll go rent some every once in a while, whatever new comes out that we haven't seen that looks interesting. The 3 that we want to see right now is the Iron Man, what are the other 2? The Speed Racer, and then there's another brand new one just coming out.
New Indiana Jones?
Yeah, that one.
Oh, yeah.
That one right there. Because I'm just, Indiana Jones is my hero growing
He's
up.
a cool one.
Yeah.
He's a cool guy, no matter how old he gets.
He's just like Batman, he makes all his own stuff.
There you go.
Do you, Chris, do you have ID with you?
I already spoke to Kristen, and she told me that she'd been in the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
So really, I only want you to walk me through the last day that you guys saw Jerry, which would be Sunday, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Sunday.
Chris calmly explains that he has no idea what happened to Jerry. All he knows is that he heard Jerry arguing with someone on the phone at 11 p.m., and that was it. Chris seems to have a good answer for every question the detectives ask him, so they move on to his relationship with Kristen and Jerry.
I don't even do the dishes. I work, you know. We have this whole thing. I work, so I pay some of the bills. They do all the cleaning.
Okay.
I'll help my wife clean, you know, especially now that Kyle's here.
Are you guys actually married or not? Because I noticed
Legally.
she's wearing a matching ring.
Half and half. We haven't legally been married, but through our religion we've been married. So,
What religion is that?
Wicca.
Okay.
So, if we were
Did you get married in a Wiccan ceremony?
Yeah. In fact, I was the one that actually performed the ceremony. It's just a two-person ceremony. There were several witnesses.
Are you like a priest?
I am a high priest.
Oh, no kidding. Cool. Don't understand it, don't know much about it, but I heard of it. I know there's a group in Jensen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wicca is a religion that affirms the existence of supernatural powers such as magic. Ironically, Wiccans believe that anything a person does that is negative comes back to them.
Are you upset that he's gone?
A little. You know, I'm upset because it's upsetting Kristen. You know, I have nothing against Kristen, even though she acts kind of strange sometimes. But, I mean, it's upsetting.
You don't miss him personally?
He was an asshole to me, so really no. I mean, but do I miss the fact that, you know, he was around and she wasn't going completely psychotic? Yeah. But,
How was he an asshole to you?
It's just his whole demeanor. Just since I got there in November, you know, just like snobbish. And I try to say something, I try to give him my hand with anything, and you just be an ass about it and say, no, I don't need your fucking help. And not necessarily like that, but that's pretty much the context of what I got. You know, and then he'd sit there and start arguing, you know. I like to cook a lot, but I don't cook bland food. I add a lot of seasonings to it. He'll argue with me about the fact that I put seasoning on my food. And it's not the way it tastes, it's just the way it smells.
Okay.
Like, you can't just go outside to get away from the smell of seasoning, because if he eats it, he says it's good. But the seasoning upsets him when he smells it, because it smells to him like it's burning. You know, he just argues over the smallest things.
Is that like a constant thing with him?
Pretty much, at least once a week. He'll argue over the smallest thing with me.
How's Nicole get along with him? Because this isn't her dad, right?
No, she practically stays away from him. She doesn't like him either. It's just his whole personality towards me, she doesn't like it. So she stays away from him as much as possible. You know, if he comes out, she'll go in the living room. And lately, you know, while she's been breastfeeding, he seems to be coming out trying to watch her. So, you know, we've been just trying to stay out of his way.
What's your gut feeling? Is he alive or is he dead?
Honestly, I only really get a gut feeling if I've known somebody well enough, and I don't know him well enough.
Okay.
To me, it seems like he just left. Kind of like, you know, the last time I had this kind of...
You don't expect him to come back?
Yeah, it's an iffy feeling. The last time I had this feeling was with my dad, who I barely knew. You know, he left the Christmas I was 7. Like, that was the last time we saw him. We saw him for about 3 days, and then he was gone. And I had this kind of iffy feeling, you know. I was like, I'm not sure if he's coming back, but, you know, he could. And that's just how I'm feeling right now. It's kind of what I'm...
You think Jerry could come back now?
Maybe. I mean, if he's finally done being pissed off about everything.
The detectives decide it's time to tell Chris that they already know what happened.
What would you say if we tell you he's dead? I'm verifying he's dead. He was found in a landfill in Palm Beach County. How does that make you feel?
Horrible. I don't like it when people die, especially if I know them.
He's dead in the landfill.
Yep.
So this investigation is not a missing person investigation anymore, it's a homicide investigation.
That really sucks.
Yep, it does. So, remember I told you at the house, and I told you and Nicole and Kristen that we're going to look at the family members first, because that's what we do, and then we back up and we go to the outside. So that's why Kristen, Nicole, and you were here being interviewed first, and then we go looking outside. All right?
That really sucks. I don't wish anybody dead, even if they're the biggest assholes in the world.
Okay. Did you do anything to him?
No.
All right.
The only thing I'd ever done to him was argue. I mean, we've gotten pretty intense in arguments before, to the point where I felt like I wanted to hit him, but I never did.
You have no idea how he got in that landfill?
No.
This is his cell phone records. We've already subpoenaed them, we already have them. He was last on his phone Sunday at 6:30 in the evening. He was not on his cell phone at 11 o'clock at night, like you said he was. And like Nicole said he was. He's not. We know he's not. Okay? We suspect you and Nicole. The mother's not there. Do you understand where I'm coming from? How it looks from my seat looking in?
Yeah.
You look guilty. I know, we know, something happened to him in that house. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So now you know as much as we do. You and Nicole are there. Your story isn't matching up. So either you're going to change your story, or you're going to continue to tell me you don't know what happened, but you got to know something.
Well, I know he was talking to somebody.
Not at 11 o'clock at night he wasn't. That's there. We verified that. Okay? We found a sword under your bed. There's blood trace on your sword. Okay?
I don't have a sword.
There's a sword under your bed.
All I collect is daggers.
Okay, well, I'm just going by what they told me from the scene. Okay? There's some kind of cutting instrument, a knife or a big knife or a sword. I'm going by what they called me. Under the bed, it's got trace amounts of blood on it. What the point I'm trying to get to you is that right now, you look guiltier than hell. Guiltier than hell. You don't like him. He doesn't like you. He says something to piss you off. You knock him over the head. You hit him. I don't know. All right? But he's dead in a landfill. Okay? Now, I know what killed him. They've told us what killed him. Okay? He got his throat, and he's stabbed a couple times, too. We have a knife, a dagger, a sword, whatever, under your bed with trace amounts of blood. We have a crime scene that's been cleaned up. It's been cleaned up, but we can see it. We know. All right? We have a shop vac in the house. Okay? You and Nicole are going to be blamed for this. All right? If something happened and it was self-defense, or you snapped, you've been a good person your whole life, and you told us all about your religion, okay, and things happen. People don't mean for things to happen, but they do, okay?
Chris realizes that the gig is up, and his best option is to just confess.
Nicole had nothing to do with it.
Nothing at all?
Except for cleaning up. He was getting pissed off.
Who's getting pissed off?
Jerry.
Okay. About what?
I don't know. He's pissed off over everything, it seems, these days.
Okay, well, what brought us to the point of Jerry ending up in a landfill?
I just didn't even think, I just reacted.
Did he do or say something to you to make you react?
He tried to attack me. He tried to attack her.
When did this happen?
Early morning.
Sunday or Monday?
Monday.
About what time?
Like 5 or 6.
In the morning?
Yeah.
Okay.
He starts coming out of the room and yelling, and every time, like ever since I was a kid, I've had a problem with somebody yelling at me. I would instinctively grab anything around me if I had to fight. I don't like to fight. I don't like brutality. If I can get out, I can. But being in a room like that, you're cornered.
Mm-hmm.
Instinctively, I just grabbed the nearest thing to me.
What was it?
A double-sided sword.
Mm-hmm.
I had it out because I was cleaning it, he lunged at me, and I kicked him back into the hallway, and I tried to run out the door, and he grabbed me, and I lost it.
Where did he grab you at?
Right around my neck.
Okay, you lost it. What do you mean? You got to describe that for us?
I just turned around and tried to break out of it, and ended up stabbing him. I didn't mean to stab him.
The detectives know that Chris is lying. They know that Chris and Nicole planned the murder months in advance. They let Chris continue to lie, so the jury will see how much of a psychopath he really is. When they've heard enough, the detectives will confront him again.
All right, this was a spur-of-the-moment self-defense thing.
Yeah.
Okay, you didn't plan this?
No. I don't plan on killing people. I really don't like brutality. If I see and cops, I'll change the channel. You know, I like watching cops. I like the car chases. Car chases are cool. You know, I like watching cars going fast and stuff like that. But the minute I see any type of fighting or violence, I've had too much of that growing up already. I don't like it.
So you guys never talked about how easy it'd be to get rid of him, or how much better life would be to get rid of him?
And you talked about how much life would be better if we moved, but I mean, getting rid of somebody's not something I want to do.
All right. If it makes you feel better, Nicole gave us a full confession. We know what happened. And she told us what happened. So, if you think you're protecting Nicole by not, you know, you've told us a lot, but not the whole truth. So, we know what happened based on the crime scene, and we know what happened based on what Nicole told us. So, there's some things you told us that aren't true, and you know which things they are. You wanted him to come out so you could kill him. You wanted him away. You and Nicole wanted him away. You waited for him to come out.
You waited all night long for him to come out. You knew eventually he'd come out of that room.
You're so tired you can barely think straight. You know, we know what happened. So you heard him mulling around in there, but he wouldn't come out. Okay, but eventually he did, didn't he?
Yeah.
Right?
And like I said, he grabbed me behind the neck and I turned around and pushed him back and fought him.
Okay, but your sword is in the living room. How do you get from the hallway to the living room to get your sword? You could have...
My sword was already in my hand.
Okay. Why is it in your hand?
You know, if you guys are so sure about this, why don't you just arrest me now?
Because we want to know what the reason was, Chris.
This is your chance to explain yourself.
It doesn't matter what reason I give you. I'm still going to be sent to jail for murder.
It makes a big difference.
Does it really?
Yes.
Yeah, it does.
If that was the case, Chris, we wouldn't even have talked to you.
You mean to tell me that, you know, if I actually give you the right reason, which there is no right reason for killing somebody, that I could just walk out of here?
No. You're absolutely right about that, Chris. You're absolutely right about that. You go into jail, there's no question. Okay? I want your story to match Nicole's story. And it does 85% of what you're saying. So, to summarize this, can I say that, you know, the part about him on the phone screaming at somebody at 11 o'clock, that's not true, right? You were saying that to kind of put suspicion off somewhere else, is that correct?
11 o'clock, no, but he was on the phone yelling at somebody. It might have been closer to 6.
Right, well, it's because I told you that. That's why you were saying that, but
Yeah,
it's a big difference. 5 hours is a big difference, and you were sure on that time.
Whenever he was last on the phone, I know he was getting really pissed off, calling somebody a liar.
You told us before you couldn't understand any words. We asked you if there were any words specifically.
That was what I heard going into the bathroom.
Okay.
And once I got in the bathroom, I couldn't hear anything else.
So, you and Nicole have spoken before about getting rid of him because you both hate him. Is that a correct statement? You already told me that. I'm just trying to verify.
Yeah, but not by killing him.
Did you discuss with Nicole killing him prior to the murder?
Yeah, that whole 4 days when I couldn't do it.
Okay, so you guys were talking about it. But that morning, you told her to go ahead and take a walk so she wouldn't be there when it happened. Is that correct? Is there anything you want to say or you can think that we haven't asked you that you think needs to go on the record?
Anything I have to say is not going to keep me out of jail, so it doesn't matter.
No, you're right. But it still matters.
How does it matter?
Well, because it's going to matter to a jury or a judge who decides what happens to you. That's how it matters.
In my heart, I feel he was an evil person.
What makes him an evil person?
He beat his wife.
I'm asking your opinion,
You
that's
know,
right.
he would constantly come out whenever my wife was sitting there trying to breastfeed our son. Like he was trying to be a peeping Tom about it.
Okay.
He cheated on his wife. That's not something a human being should be doing.
A good human being.
Any human being, it doesn't matter. You shouldn't be doing it.
Had you guys discussed any other way maybe to kill him, like a more passive way to kill him?
Yeah, sleeping pills.
What were you going to do with them?
Mix them into everything they drink, because we don't drink anything they drink except for the milk.
Do you think they would have killed both of them?
That would have been nice. I'm not going to say I'm sorry.
Okay.
It was just, I don't know, anytime I was near him, he just felt like pure evil. It made me sick to my stomach just looking at him. I don't think I'm an avenger or anything. I just hope that if I get killed because of this, it's fast.
In the end, both Nicole and Chris would be charged and convicted of murder. Nicole was sentenced to 50 years in prison, while Chris received life without parole. Their child would be adopted by a loving foster family and given a new name. What are your thoughts on this case? Do you think Jerry would still be alive if Nicole had never met Chris? Please share your thoughts in the comments below.